What is going on, everybody? It's me, Ollie, aka TNSAttitude, and I am back here on YouTube.com for all things professional wrestling and geek related. Now, today is going to be a WrestleMania 38 trip update for you. I try and bring these on a weekly basis with the road to my WrestleMania 38 trip on the go, and little things are coming up, little updates. Today I'm not going to be doing any kind of eBay unboxing. However, today is going to be a bit of important news to share. If you guys don't know already, I'm going to tell you now. I actually bought the gold package back in November, and when I bought the gold package, it was advertising there was going to be WWE WrestleMania Axxess tickets included. For the last few months, things have been very quiet on WWE's behalf. We've not really heard anything. It's been very quiet, and there was a rumour going around the other week that there wasn't going to be an Axxess. And I didn't want to believe it, because I thought that I was quite certain they were going to do Axxess. And guess what? They've come out in the last day. I got an email from WWE Travel Packages to announce that Fan Axxess has been cancelled. That's correct. There's going to be no WrestleMania Axxess this year in Dallas, Texas. And you know what? I'm not surprised. I just think that with WrestleMania going forward, and I think with the pandemic still being around, I mean, we are kind of in a better place, I guess. We're more on an endemic level, I guess. I don't think WWE wants to take the risk. I think they are thinking, well, we had 1 year where we didn't have any fans. Then last year they started to bring fans back, but it was still pretty strict. Now they are in Texas, and I was at one point thinking, well, they're in Texas, it's a more open state, but they've decided to not do it in the end. And I'm not surprised. I feel like maybe they bring it back at some point. Who knows? I'm not convinced. I think while COVID is something that is going to exist in society, will WrestleMania Axxess or any kind of like Fan Axxess kind of make a return under the WWE banner? It's not something I think is going to happen for a long while. I think all they want to focus on right now is filling out those stadiums securely and filling out those arenas and just getting the fans back for the shows. I don't think we're at a point where they're as bothered about meet and greets and that kind of revenue. I think that's the last of their worries right now. I think all they want to do is make sure the talent's doing the shows and they're getting in that big money revenue every year on their earnings report, because that is right there what they are all about with Mr. Nick Khan in the front seat. But you know what? If this had been my first WrestleMania, I would have been very disappointed. Not gonna lie. But honestly, and I feel bad because I know there are going to be guys on here and guys and girls on here that this is your first WrestleMania, and I'm sorry that this has happened, because Axxess is a very great thing. I went to 2 Fan Axxess sessions. If you go back through my vlogs, you will find when I did Axxess with my friends, the UK Rampage Cats. We had a good time. I was at the run in WrestleMania 29, and we ended up meeting The Undertaker, which was incredible. We were meant to meet Ric Flair, but then of course there was a family tragedy for Flair, and he didn't come, and we ended up getting The Undertaker that night. And then there was the year after, I remember one of the highlights, we met the whole of the Shield in 3 separate meets, but we met all of the Shield, and that was great. Roman, Dean, and Seth, and this was right at the start of their career, you could say. So Axxess had its moments, but was I going to be doing loads of Axxess? I mean, it wasn't really a lot I was really looking for. I probably would have gone and done some, Damian Priest. I would have probably gone and tried to meet him because he's pretty cool, and maybe Liv Morgan because she seems cool. But honestly, and I maybe would have gone and tried to meet Edge again because I like Edge. He's always been one of my favorites. But it's not meant to be this year. However, where I do think WWE Axxess aren't going to be doing it, WrestleCon is still happening, and they seem very much on it with this. I mean, a lot of guests have been announced. I am very much looking forward to WrestleCon. I've booked my superfan tickets, so that will be happening through the weekend. Got 4 sessions. Thursday night, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and Saturday morning. Going to be doing that at the Fairmont in downtown. And I think that will be really great. And I think that for die-hard wrestling fans who just might want to enjoy that, meeting wrestlers and just engaging with a great atmosphere, I think WrestleCon is going to be where it's at. They've announced I'm meeting Bray Wyatt. I've actually got my, I think I told you already on here, but I got my Bray Wyatt meet and greet booked. Kurt Angle's going to be there, and looking maybe meeting at him. And they even announced Lex Luger, which is really cool because Lex is one of those names I would love to meet. Lex Luger. I was a big fan of his in WCW, and I think that it would be cool definitely to meet Lex at WrestleCon. They've got a few other guys, and I'm sure they'll announce more. I think Jeff Hardy got announced. I'm debating Hardy right now though, because with this AEW rumor, it makes me wonder. He could pull out of it. I really do think if he's signing with AEW, I don't see him doing WrestleCon, as he might be needed for elsewhere commitments. But all in all, I think it's going to be a good weekend regardless. But honestly, we'll just have to play it by ear with this WWE stuff going forward. But I think they are being very cautious, and they really they can't afford to have any talent ill. I mean, look at day one with Roman. He ended up getting COVID, and he had to be pulled out of the main event, and they had to completely change the match completely. And I think this is where WWE are very much thinking, the priorities of their performance, but also where they know that they can put these shows on without any problems, because they're going to have this problem all the time now. COVID is not going to go away, and this is just how it is. How they decide to deal with this going forward will remain to be seen, but I would not be surprised if they move away from this Axxess and go more to what they were doing, which was the 2-minute call. Is it like a Skype call or something where you could like have a call with Big E and talk about things for 2 minutes? I've seen a few of them on here. That does not interest me in the slightest. Literally being on your phone talking, it doesn't, for 2 minutes. Like you probably pay like $90, not $100 for that. It does not interest me at all. But I think that the classic meet and greet is where it's always going to be for that most of that interaction. But other stuff to announce, I'm going to hopefully be booking my antigen test next week, lateral flow. I'm going to be doing it the day before. Got to make sure I do it the day before, because that is the thing with America. Had a few of my buddies on here just pretty much giving me the right information, and just it's that in itself is going to be another thing. I mean, it's 2 years since I've travelled, but now we've gone into this new world almost, and that is really is eye-opening, really, what you've got to do now. But hey, if it gets me to WrestleMania and I get to do those cool things, so be it, man. I'm looking forward to it. But other than that, anything else really to announce? I see that they announced Jushin Thunder Liger, which was a really cool announcement. I mean, WrestleCon could get very expensive, so you've got to be very much prioritizing who you want to kind of meet. But I've done WrestleCon before, and I went in 2013, and I met Ultimate Warrior there, rest in peace, and I met Hulk Hogan, and I've met some really big names at WrestleCon, and whether they get bigger names in the next few weeks, I think they've got a nice lineup. Don't get me wrong, but have they really got the mega name? Well, they've got Bray, and that's very cool. I'm very happy about meeting Bray, but they've not announced like an Austin. But then again, now you sort of think, well, maybe Austin's going to be all round WWE commitments now. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, that is today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll be back next week for another update. Guys, take care. See you soon. Thank you.